Hi dear children, good morning. I am your new English teacher. My name is Jayasreee actually. Hope you are familiar with the Shahnaz ma'am. Myself and Shahnaz ma'am, we both are sharing your class 10 English, and hope you do remember all those question paper patterns. Last year you were familiar with it, and you are having two books according to the CBSE syllabus. One is the first main course book and the second one is the supplementary reader, and the main course book is done by Shahnaz ma'am and the supplementary reader is being done by me. This is the book. Have a look at this book. This is named as Footprints Without Feet. This is a collection of short stories. So some beautiful stories are being given here, and we'll go with the first story today, okay? And the name of the story is A Triumph of Surgery. This is the first lesson actually. The first lesson, look at the name. This itself says that this is the memory of a doctor. And before going into the lesson, I'll say the background of the lesson. And now comes the third character, that is Dr. James. Okay, now we'll understand the characters before starting the lesson. There are mainly three characters. One is a dog, and the next one is the dog's mistress, it's a lady, and then the third one is the doctor who is narrating the story. Okay, actually this is said to be taken from his experiences, from his diary as a veterinary surgeon. He was a veterinary surgeon by profession, and he was too much interested in sharing his experiences while he was enjoying his life as a doctor when he get old. Now let us see what is going to happen, and before that let's see the main characters. The first one is a dog. The name of the dog is Tricky, and then the next one is Mrs. Pumphrey. And then comes the third one, and that is Dr. James is the third character here. And then let us go for the story now. Now let's go for the story. Before starting the story, I will have the background of the story now. Tricky was the dog of Mrs. Pumphrey, and Dr. James was also living in their place, and Tricky was too much pampered, as Mrs. Pumphrey loved the pet very much. She pampered the dog very much and gave the dog whatever he wanted for eating. He loved chocolates and creams too much. And what happened when we eat too much? What will happen automatically? Yes, of course, what happened to the dog is the same only. It became fat and again fat, like a balloon. Of course, it was like a ball which is having four legs on four sides. That was the appearance of the dog when Dr. James saw the dog while he was going on for a walk. On one day when he was going on for a walk, he saw Tricky with Mrs. Pumphrey, and its appearance was like that. And then when it got ill, Dr. James got a chance to treat the dog, and we'll see how it happens later, whether the dog will get cured or whether it will die or not. Let us see what is going to happen, okay? And I'm going with the first paragraph of this lesson. I'm going to read it loud. Please listen to me now, okay? I was really worried about Tricky this time. I had pulled up my car when I saw him in the street with his mistress, and I was shocked at his appearance. He had been like a bloated sausage with a leg at each corner. His eyes, bloodshot and rummy, stared straight ahead, and his tongue lolled from his jaws. Now listen, this is actually when the doctor saw the dog for the first time, when Mrs. Pumphrey and Tricky went out for a walk. and the dog was really like, what we will say in the words of the doctor, we can say bloated sausage with 4 legs on 4 sides. That was the explanation, and the other appearance is also very clearly given here. His eyes are given, what we will say, stared straight. His eyes were staring straight actually, and his tongue lolled from his jaws, coming out from his jaws, which means the whole body was really fat that even the legs cannot bear the weight. It was like a ball with 4 legs, as I told you. But the usage by the doctor, Dr. James, is suitable. What is that? Bloated sausage with 4 legs on 4 sides. Now we'll go for the second paragraph. Mrs. Pumphrey hastened to explain he was so listless, Mr. Harriot. He seemed to have no energy. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition, so I have been giving him some little extras between meals to build him up. Some malt and cold liver oil and a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep. Nothing much really. Now listen, when she saw the doctor, she said that the dog is not so energetic, and then she said that she started adding some energy food to the dog. What are the energy foods she started giving it to him? Yes, of course, we'll see it in the line actually. Little extras between meals to build him up sooner. Sorry, some malt and cold liver oil. Some malt and some cold liver oil. That's what is the extra between the meals. And then comes and a bowl of Horlicks at night. That was for him to get good sleep. So it is very sure that Tricky was not even getting a good sleep in the night, and he was not able to walk energetically. He was not able to play like other dogs. Why? Because he loved a lot of food actually, and whatever he loved it, Mrs. Pumphrey was very eager to feed him as much he wanted. She was not caring about his health. That's what happened to this poor dog actually. And did you cut down on the sweet things as I told you? Now doctor asked, did you cut down the sweets, the creams you were giving and the other sweets like chocolates you were giving? Did you cut all those things from his meal? Doctor asked to Mrs. Pumphrey. Oh, I did for a bit, but he seemed to be so weak I had to relent. He does love cream cakes and chocolates, so I can't bear to refuse him. That is the problem actually. She said, Mrs. Pumphrey said that, oh really, I started cutting them for a little bit. But the problem is that my poor dog loves chocolate cakes, cream cakes and chocolates a lot, and he never wanted to make them cut from his menu. So how can I refuse giving it to him? That was the question of the poor mistress of the dog, right? It shows that she loved the pet too much, right? She was too much fond of the poor creature. And we'll go for the next paragraph. We'll see what is going to happen. Okay. I looked down again at the little dog. That was the trouble. Tricky's only fault was greed. He had never been known to refuse food. He would tackle a meal at any hour of the day or night, and I wondered about all the things Miss Pumphrey hadn't mentioned. Now listen, now the doctor very clearly understood the problem of Tricky. He understood that the problem of Tricky was he was greedy to food actually. He loved food. And whatever time of the day or night, whatever is fed to him, he was ready to eat everything which he liked. If he was given a chocolate or a cream cake in the midnight also, he was ready to swam it. So that greediness make him unhealthy and fat and without energy. That this Mrs. Pumphrey was not able to understand his greediness of this little dog Tricky. Now we'll go for the next. Are you giving him plenty of exercise? Now the doctor is asking. What is he asking? Are you giving him plenty of exercise? Because when we are having enough and more food, automatically we want to have enough exercise also. So the doctor asked the mistress of the dog whether she is giving enough and more exercise to the dog to make him healthy and energetic, to maintain him energetic. What will be the answer? Well, he has his little walks with me, as you can see, but Hodkin, the gardener, has been down with lumbago, so there has been no ring thawing lately. That's the problem. Oh sure, the Mrs. Pumphrey said it very clearly. Oh sure, I am giving him a walk on every day evening, like this what you are seeing now. That's an exercise, no? But for the time being, my gardener is not there, so his place with the ring, playing with the ring is not possible right now, because my gardener is not there and I will be busy during the day. So I cannot give him such a practice right now. That's what the lady, the mistress of Tricky, said. Now we'll go for the next page and I tried to sound severe. Now I really mean this. If you don't cut his foot right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. You must harden your heart and keep him on a very strict diet. Now the doctor was really unhappy about Mrs. Pumphrey actually, because she was overfeeding the dog. So doctor said it very strictly, you have to be a little bit more strict with the dog. Showing such a love to the dog, pampering it too much will make him ill very soon, because you are feeding it too much and not giving enough exercise to the body. So automatically the overeating, the wrong diet will make him ill. Be very conscious about his diet, otherwise you are going to get troubles. You are going to get your dog ill very soon. So you must be a little bit more strict with his diet. You must control his greedy nature. That's what the doctor said to the mistress of Tricky. Mrs. Pumphrey ran his hands. Oh, I will, Mr. Harriot. I'm sure you are right, but it is so difficult. So very difficult. She set off, head down, along the road as if determined to put the new regime into practice immediately. Now listen. In a sudden, Mrs. Pumphrey said, you are right, doctor, but I was trying to do that, but when I saw the dog, it was very difficult for me. But I am very sure this time I will try it very hard. Anyhow, the lady was really sad on being over pampering the dog. She agreed with the doctor and she said that she will try doing it very strongly, but her head was down anyhow. Her mind was taking a strong decision while she was walking with the dog on the street. Now there are some new words actually.